My name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. And I want to say thank you for tuning in. So what I want to talk about today is nothing. I want to talk about absolutely nothing. I'll talk about the concept and the idea of something that's really been helping me out. And for me personally, doing nothing is how to get what you're looking for. Most people are doing too much. And doing too much is what I personally, just my personal understanding and what I'm seeing is not only just are we destroying ourselves, but we are destroying the animals as well. Not only just the animals, but we're just destroying everything around us. We see something and we just have to do something to it, as opposed to just doing nothing with it. We just allow it to be, allow it to just flourish, allow it to just live in peace. But we got to keep doing stuff. The constant amounts of doing is what it is that I know that has been helping me out a lot in my life, with being able to get me to just get better with everything around in my life, is do nothing. And do nothing concept comes in with when you get anxious, when you get fearful, when you get paranoid, when you get nervous, when you're scared, when you're overexcited, when you're anything. Do nothing with that feeling and just see that it's there and realize most cases, it's the best way that I've really been able to see this by a past man that's really said it, the best way for me to just really just hit that aha moment. It's not you. That fear is not you. That overexcitement is not you. Being jealous and envious, that's not you. It's something else over there. And as long as you realize that it's something else and it's not you, you can stop and freeze and do nothing with it to realize it's not you. You're doing so much. And that's what I just constantly keep seeing over and over and over, where people are just struggling so much. You're in a sense of, just talk a dog for half a second. You see your dog doing something and you start to get nervous. So you have to start to do something. But the dog is just living. The dog is just there. The dog already is doing nothing. They're not nervous. They're not scared. They're not anything. We're putting that on them. We're forcing them to double down further into it, as opposed to helping them get out of it. So when you're just sitting on the couch, you're just petting away, you're giving that dog so much feedback that it just doesn't need. You literally need to just sit down on the couch and do nothing at all. Nothing. Now, the dog is on a leash. You're just like, oh my goodness, I got to do this, You just do absolutely nothing. Nothing. Give zero feedback, because as soon as you start adding feedback, that's where the complications start to happen. Because you're giving feedback into something that in reality, you're just double, triple, quadrupling down further into your chaos. You're not making it any better. If you're excited and you're thinking, I need to do something to run away from this excitement, because the main thing is the running and the escaping. Running away from it, you're making that excitement be valid. You're saying that it's real and I want this to keep happening. And I'm going to when it happens, I'm going to run from it. When it happens, I'm going to try to avoid it in the sense of excitement's not the good one to use this for, but we'll go on to the scared, fearful, nervous wreck, depressed, anxious, all this stuff. You're going to escape it by, it could be something as simple as watching a movie, as food, as drugs, as alcohol, as anything that you can add in there. So you're never saying, that's not me. I don't want that to happen to me anymore. You're saying, oh, please come to me because I'm just going to go do this instead. So what happens is it just keeps coming up. It's just the way the world is. It just keeps coming over and over and over again, because you're accepting and saying, this is what I am. This is who I am. Since this is who I am, I'm going to have to do that to try to force myself to get out of it. And you're not going to get out of it. All you're doing is going further into it. This thing that I just realized, when pretty much my recommendation to any and every single person that is struggling with a simple dog is to realize, stop doing like 99.99% of the stuff that you do outside of giving it a bowl of food and just putting it down there for them. Stop eyeballing or looking at it. Stop touching it. Stop doing anything to this dog. Everything you ever been doing with this dog. And stop and think for a second. Am I making it worse? Or am I helping this dog? Because if you were helping them, you would see it get better day after day. But if you're making it worse, you're living your life right now. You're in that life. That's what I can say about us as well. The same thing as us as human beings. If you're going further into doing what you're doing, are you getting better? Whoever got better by drinking more alcohol? Straight up. Whoever got better by doing more drugs? Whoever got better by doing any of these things? All you do is go further and further and further into it. So it's clearly not helping you by doing stuff. You need to start to learn how to do nothing with it. When you do nothing with it, you're going to realize something absolutely amazing, like the most amazing thing on the planet. You are going to realize that the thing, you're going to start to get through it. You're going to start to say, cure it. You're going to start to get away from it. It's not going to be there anymore. But everything else draws you when you're doing and doing and doing. It draws you to have to keep doing. But when you do nothing, which is in my mind, when I think about it today, it's like, of course, if you do nothing, nothing's going to come from it. I'm like, yeah, obviously. If I stop doing that, then I'm gonna get out of it. So I'm not gonna have to keep doing that. But for whatever reason, it doesn't click in my brain right away. I had to hear that for, like, in reality, years and years to just really get that simple logic in my brain of the more that you're doing, the more you're not getting where you want to get, because the more you're not where you want to be. But if you start to do absolutely nothing, when that fear comes over, that fear creeps in and you're just like, a good thing of fear is I ain't got no money. That used to creep in me a lot, and it still does. I got like $8 in my account right now. I got to figure it out. At least I got food. But when that comes in, that fear will start to creep in you of like, I don't have enough. How am I going to make it? How am I going to do this? How am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to do that? How am I going to make this happen? And then it gets worse because you get that email. Hey, buddy, your payment didn't process. You ain't got enough in your account. I'm like, man. Then you get that next email the next day because you're just like, I'm strong. I'm good. Then you get the next day and you're like, the payment comes in and says, nope, buddy. It's not even the same payment. They just try to redo. No, it's something else now. And you're like, man, I thought that was going to be there, but just that life happens. And that fear creeps in. What do you do? What do you do with that fear when it starts to creep in? Do you go into it, try to go on a rampage and try to do something? Or do nothing with that fear and say, I need to figure this out a different way than running and working off fear behind me? Because when you're working off fear, you're only going to keep double downing into it. So every time that you get a little bit, it's not going to be enough. Because you're already in so much fear. You're just in a end up lose game, lose situation. As opposed to just seeing that say fear creeps in. Is that fear real? What's going on right now with you? Because this is the cool thing about dogs over us as humans. I see this all the time. Dogs are in the moment. That to me in my brain, that is 100, that's truth. Dogs are in the moment. They're not thinking about what could happen and what did happen. They're doing what's happening right this second. It's the biggest downfall of us as humans. We're in our thoughts of what happened before and what could happen later on. But your bank, you got that email that says that payment didn't clear. Where are you in that moment? Most of us, and most everyone that I know outside of, there's other countries that just, hard living. It's just, I don't understand how I'm here and someone else is somewhere else. It's just, I can't put too much thought behind that. It just is what it is. But if you're able to listen to me, you have everything you need right now. You're good. Right now. Right now, you're good. You're fine. You've got enough water in you. Somehow you're alive. You got enough food in you. Somehow you're alive. You've got enough shelter to figure out because somehow you're alive right this second. So everything's fine. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. So that fear is in reality fake of what could happen later on. But later on, we don't really know what's going to happen later on. We have no idea what's going to happen later on. Because the more that I'm worried about what's happening later on, the more I'm trying to control and try to dictate what I want to happen in the future. And that's the part for me with going to my belief systems and how I look at it. That's when I'm trying to be something that I shouldn't be. Because the word I want to use here is I'm not good enough to know what's going to happen. I know I'm not even good enough to know what I'm doing right this second, but I know I'm not good enough to know what's going to happen later on. I don't know what's going to happen. And the more I try to predict it and try to make it to be that way, the more I realize none of it actually worked out that way. And in best case scenario, it may seem like something worked out, but worst case scenario, in most all cases, nothing happens the way we thought it was going to happen. I mean, that's just across the board with everyone and every invention. I didn't think it was going to be that. And you start working on stuff, start doing stuff, and you didn't realize it just happens. But the more that we're trying to force it to happen, the more it's not going to happen. The more things are going to be more and more struggling for you. But you got to realize that in this moment, I'm fine, and release and relax and just get out of that fear. Because that fear is not real. Because right now you're fine. Everything is okay. And as soon as you can get past that hump of, okay, there's no fear, now I can see clear of like, okay, what am I going to do here? This is what's so cool about the dog because that's what happens. They freeze up to like, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on. And you stand there and you look at them like, we're fine. Everything's fine. They stop. They look at it. They're just like, oh, everything is fine. And they could just look at it, process it, see it, and realize like, oh, okay, there's nothing to worry about here. And then we move forward. And the word I want to use here straight up is just what I'm personally seeing is we're now cured from what we used to be afraid of. I'm not like desensitized where I'm lowering it. No, I am now cured. I no longer am scared of things that I used to be scared of because I have learned how to get past that hump of being able to just deal with it. It's the word that I just really like to use and I like to use it myself. It just doesn't sound the prettiest, but it is just what it is. If you're super scared of something, you just have to deal with it. You'll get through it. You'll get past it. Stop trying to run from it. Stop trying to avoid it. Stop trying to escape it. Stop trying to mask it. Stop trying to do anything with it, but just allow it to be there and just realize that it's fake. It's completely fake. And the same thing, you know, fear is kind of easy to understand with this. But in reality, overexcitement is one that is challenging, I believe, most people my age and all of us under. Overexcitement, that is just me, because I used to think, I've said videos of this probably a year or 2 years ago, of a fearful dog is a really challenging dog to work with. But in my opinion today, an overexcited dog is a very, very, very challenging, because they're impulsive. They have like no control by it. They just run into anything. And you can run into something that is just could put you into danger. And it makes you like, especially if you got to say a dog that's doing this, it just wants to, I'm just going to go right into the street. And you're like, dude, there's cars going 60. You're going to die. I don't want you to die. And it's like, you have to like, I got to do something about this because I need to keep them safe. But in reality, the hardest thing to do here is nothing with that excitement. But learn, if it's a dog, contain the dog, put it on a leash. I'm just going to always say that. Put the dog on a leash. Oh my goodness, it just works. If you just put the dog on a leash and do nothing but just sit there. I just sit here. How did I get the Dalmatian that I have that is overexcited so good? I would sit on this bench in this specific location. I made video after video after video of her here. I sit in here, and now I could just lead a dog. I don't care where I'm at. She's not chasing nothing. She's not doing nothing. She may sniff some stuff out, but she don't just sniff and chase and go take off. She's just a dog. She's a dog. She's gotten cured of that overexcitedness. I don't know if there's a word to put in there. I'll figure it out. But overexcitementness. And I believe that is the most dangerous thing. That we as humans will see like, oh, I'm just looking at my phone. And then if you're just scrolling and going and getting all this, feel good, overexcitement, it's going to start to make you impulsive. And in reality, that impulsiveness is the one that, if you were trying to make money, that's the one you want to really, really push on people, even over fear. Because fear, yeah, you can get some stuff, but you're only moving out of this level of I may die. But if you're living in a sense of I'm good to go and I'm super excited, you just can buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy. You're just going to keep going. You're going to keep going. And you're not going to know how to stop because you're just excited. And then what starts to happen is, which gets really dangerous, and why it's in my mind today especially, is looking at it as being more destructive than being fearful. Because once you get to that point of like fearful and you get to like, hey, I'm a little excited, you really don't want to go back to that fearful stance. You kind of just want to find get in the mid-level here. But when you're overexcited and you start to get into this, like, say, normal, dull, boring, just real life, you're going to start to get into a panic. You're going to start to feel like you're about to die. You're going to have some issues. So you have to get back to that excitement level. You have to get back to basically that high. You got to stay in that high. And that's what I just see happens to folks with your dogs. Your dog is in a constant high. It's in a constant level of excitement. You're doing everything you can. You're looking at it, oh, that poor baby looks like it's depressed or something. And you're putting your own human thoughts on a dog. This is, again, the number one thing that I believe is really, maybe not number one, but one of the top things that I'm going to say that really just messes people up with animals. You're looking at it like it's a human being, and it's not a human. It's a dog. It's a dog. And if you believe that we as humans are animals, we are still different. We're still different. We're not the same. And that dog does different stuff. It doesn't think the same, move the same, eat the same, do this. It don't do nothing the same as us as humans. So stop trying to put on that dog of how you're feeling. If you're hungry, this is a crazy thing. I see this so often. Very, very thin, very athletic people have like the most overweight dogs I've ever seen. And it's like, because you're hungry, you get this, I'm hungry. Oh, the poor dog must be hungry. He's hungry. Let's give Fido some food. And he feed the dog, because that's how you feel. You're tired. Oh, you must be tired. Let's go take a nap. You want to do something. And it's just like this cycle that is just, the words I'm going to use here is a cycle of doom, cycle of destruction, the cycle of chaos. The dog is doing what the dog is doing. It's something that I used to challenge with my dog, Johnny, for a little while. He was just straight-faced. Straight up. I am as well. But I know I could think like, what's going on with me if my face, I'm just sitting here like just hanging out. I know I'm fine. I'm not like sad, depressed, and nervous, worried. I'm just hanging out. But someone could look at me from a distance and say, wow, that guy, don't talk to that guy. He looks a little hostile right now. And my Johnny is like that. He's got this straight face, which is weird, not anymore. But he used to have this straight face. And I would just look at him like, buddy, you okay? You all right? And I would like try to get him excited. Because I'm like, I would look at him because in reality, straight up, say 3-4 years ago, I was a hot mess. So I'm feeling that way as well. And I'm looking at him like, you must feel the same way I do. So I'm like, you sad. let's go do something. Let's throw him a bone, throw him a food. Let's go for a run. And everything that the dog didn't need. The dog just needed me to leave the dog alone because the dog is completely fine. The dog is fine. But I'm I'm getting in the middle of him and I'm forcing him and pushing him and driving him to be just like this psychopath. And then when he does become that psychopath, I'm like, oh, whoa, how do I dial that down? Because now I don't know what's going on here. This is just what I see that just happens, that we're doing too much when we literally need to do absolutely nothing at all. You'll be really, every single person will be very surprised and very shocked. It's hard to do. It is. It's hard to do at first, but you'll be shocked at how well everything in your life will start to function and move with you. When it comes down to, say, relationships, when you do nothing to try to force the relationship and you do nothing when you see how they're doing and realize that that's their emotions. That's your stuff. A big thing in couples and married couples. When you see your wife is upset, you try to like do stuff to make her happy. You will never, ever, 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 ever make her happy. Ever. You will never make her happy. But you're trying to. And the more you try to, the more you're not getting anywhere. Then you keep going and going and going and going. And now we're divorced. I can't stand my husband. My wife is just a greedy, selfish, whatever. But you created it. You made it by trying to manipulate somebody to make them stay in a state that you want them to be in, as opposed to just sitting back and doing nothing at all when you see that. You see somebody's frustrated. They frustrated. That's got nothing to do with me. I'm going to do what I got to do over here. I'm fine. You'll be surprised at how much ease of life will start to come to you. When your dog is just looking at you crazy and you just like, that's you looking crazy. So that's the main thing about put the dog on a leash and hang out with the dog and just sit somewhere and be with them. That dog's looking like a fool. And you're like, that's you. That's got nothing to do with me. And you're going to sit here and just keep doing what you're doing. I used to say like just sit there and try to be in the silence. But I realized you can watch a movie. You can read a book. You can do whatever you want to do. You just live your life the way you want to live your life. Don't like stop and try to get everyone else. No, you live your life. So yeah, I would sit here on my phone. It doesn't matter what you do, wherever you at, in the house, on the couch, on the patio, at the park, at the whatever, wherever you go. I would just sit there and I would just do what I do. I'm not going to stop doing what I do to try to, because this is the thing, I'll say, get the dog to join you in your calm. My calm is watching my phone right now and just watching a movie, watching a video right now, sitting back on the patio or I mean, a lot of y'all got these fancy patios, got your TVs out there and your sound system, and you just hanging out, chilling, just doing what you're doing. Just do what you do. And that dog is going to be on that leash, just jumping and doing, and you're like, I don't care about that. That's you, buddy. That's got nothing to do with me. You'll be surprised at how fast things start to get better. That's so surprised. You'll be so surprised, especially when you can contain the dog and keep it on the leash. You'll be so surprised because you're going to be smelling this and moving this and moving this and moving this and moving that and going this and going this. And my shepherd, he's like, I got to go pee on everything. He's like, I got to go this. I got to snip and pee. He just, I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your issues. That's your problems. You got to deal and learn how to get through your own issues. I got my own to deal with. I can't fix yours as well. I got to figure out mine. And at the end of the day, we're always going to have issues for the rest of our lives. So I got to keep working on my issues. I can't think that I can fix them because, unfortunately, this is a big thing that messes up a lot of people, is you think that fixing other things' issues helps you out and makes you feel better. No, you're doing something again. You're running into something and you're going to keep seeing it over and over and over again. If you're thinking that you're going to do something for someone to try to make you feel better, at the end of the day, I say that today and I realize that's so toxic. That's so evil at the end of the day. To think that's mass, that's the highest level of mass manipulation that we can be as a human being on this planet. To do something for someone to make you feel better. That's so wrong. You need to be able to make yourself feel better with just you and your own self by doing nothing at all, with nothing around, with nothing happening. And then when you get to that level, you'll realize, wow, life is pretty chill. Life is pretty amazing. But that's just the one thing that I just realized is literally doing nothing when all this stuff starts to happen. Doing nothing when I see some crazy chaos over there going on. There's a war going on over there. Okay, that's over there. What can I do about that? Nothing. So I'm not going to stand up. I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to bicker. Y'all do what y'all do over there. Y'all do what y'all do over there. Because even when I first moved here, I already ran into like, what's going on? Because my neighbor over there is trying to get me on board on his team. On, hey, him and his animals over there. And I'm like, buddy, that's between y'all. I got nothing to do with this. Y'all keep that fight going on. I'm going to stay here and I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm going to be that neutral nothingness that's just here. And then when one of y'all got a problem with me, I will address it. I'll get into the middle of let's us figure this out. and then move on. But I'm not going to get into the middle of someone else's stuff. And that's huge today. People love to do that. Get in the middle of everybody's stuff. And today, unfortunately, with our cell phones, you just got to get into everyone's drama. My goodness. And it's just like, do nothing in that. That's got nothing to do with you. Stay the heck out of it. Get away from it. That's one thing I see this, I don't know, I started watching a farming channel from a guy. I'm just kind of slightly impressed, but I got confused the other day where a thought came to me that I already should have rejected it of, dude, where are you getting all this money to do this? Like, this dude is building. He's building. He ain't got no work. His wife don't work. He got kids on kids. And I'm like, dude, how are you buying all this stuff? This is impressive. And all of a sudden, there's a whole channel that came up, and I watched one of the videos of like, this guy's a liar, this guy's a this, and I'm just like, okay. So I looked at his whole channel is only to talk about that guy. His whole channel, he got 10,000 subscribers on just talking about that guy's channel. And I'm just like, why are you getting it? And then you can see all the comments are just everyone going back and forth. I got no choice but to look at it because it's slightly entertainment, and I got to figure out how to get out of that my own self. But I'm not going to get into it, but I'm going to read and see like what's going on here to realize that what I'm saying and what I'm seeing is real. Because I already know that stuff like that goes on, but I don't really like see it. I don't really pay too much attention to it. Even with stuff that was going on with me, with different trainers and different things and trying to call each other out and this and that, there wasn't too much of like outside people coming in to try to like gang up and do something about it. I was impressed with that, I will say. But it might be because, in my opinion, everyone on that we were doing that, we just all don't go, we do what we got to do. We all neutral is what I want to say is why pretty much everyone gets good success with working with their dogs, because I don't care what you're doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You don't care what I'm doing. You're going to keep doing what you're doing. But that's not like the norm of everything. The norm of everything is now all of a sudden, oh, I see y'all going, so now someone else got to join in and add and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and make a whole channel about it, keep going and keep going and just make a video after video after video, the same madness going nowhere. Nowhere. All that's doing is just destroying us as people, as opposed to just doing nothing at all. Someone's got something hostile to say about you. That's your opinion, buddy. Cool. I'm going to go over here and keep doing what I'm doing. For me personally, I love hearing, I don't want to use the word love. I appreciate, that's the best word to use. I appreciate when someone's like, no, Mark, that don't, I'm like, and I want to hear your side of it. Don't just tell me, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to do nothing. When I can see what I'm doing in my face and my eyes, like, buddy, you bet your argument better be strong because I can see it. I got the results. I got the proof. I got all that anyone can say is the proof of the proof on a proof on a proof of what I talk about works. So you better hit me up with something that's like gonna guide me in a way to be able to show me like, let me try this instead to amplify that. And I appreciate when someone does that. When someone says like, what I say is stupid, or I don't like that word. I still use it, but it is what it is. We all grown. When I say, oh, that's stupid, it ain't gonna do nothing. And then I hear what you have to say on it. I'm like, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying. And then for me, I'm like, let me try it out. I like that. I really appreciate that. But most people, unfortunately, don't do that. You hear what someone's got to say some negative to you, and all of a sudden it's just, oh, that's it. That's it. Now the fight has to start. Now the battle has to start. Now you got to go find other people to get them on your side. Now you got to keep doing all this, as opposed to just being your own solo self and just do what you got to do. Not thinking I need to jump in, I need to join in. No, just do what you do. Do what you do. I'm telling you, the world is going to work itself out. And unfortunately, our world is, I don't want to say the world, but us in the States here, we struggling. We struggling right now. But it's going to happen regardless of what I do. Regardless of how many tweets or how many, I don't know what other stuff we got out there, how many TikToks and how many short videos I make about how everything is wrong and this person's wrong. I don't matter how much I do, it's still going to keep happening. So the main thing I need to focus on is doing nothing and staying focused on my mission of where I am right this moment and see where am I right this second. I'm going to tell you, if you go watch this, you're blessed right now. You are exceptionally a blessed human being. And not saying that you should praise that and just like be thankful about that, but just realize that and realize that everything is fine right now, right this second. Because if you was getting bombed at right now, you wouldn't be watching it. You would be on a run. If you was getting shot at right now, if you was anything right now, other than breathing and doing it, you may be hurting a little bit, but that hurting, you're hurting, but you're still alive. I think I know who that one is. You're still alive. Because even that phone call right there just let me realize. I'm sitting here like, I think I got less than that $8. I got the $8 and I'm just like not panicking about it, but just realizing that everything is going to work out the way it needs to work out. Somehow, I don't know how and why, but things work out. And things work out. And all of a sudden I get a text, hey man, I need to buy like 50 roosters. I need like, no, he said he wants 15 roosters and he wants like 10 hens. And I'm like, I got you, buddy. I got you. I got a stockpile out here. I don't have enough roosters the age he wants yet, but give me a month and I got you. And it's a very interesting situation that when I just let it go and not live in that fear, something lines up. I don't know what. I'm not projecting. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that what I've been working on, something's going to come from what I've been working on. So there's nothing to fear. Something's going to happen. And then when the deal does happen, I'm not going to be overexcited about it because it's supposed, not, I'm going to say that, but it's supposed to happen that way. I'm not going, oh yeah, hoorah, oh yeah, and be all on this high. Then all you're going to do is keep searching for that over and over and over and over again. I need to keep this high. I need to keep this high level of excitement. If I'm not in that high level of excitement, then I don't know what to do. So then what do? Drugs, alcohol, whatever, anything to try to bump yourself to get back into that high level of excitement, as opposed to doing nothing with that excitement. You're excited? Why am I excited right now? Oh, I just hang out in that and just realize there's nothing really to do with it. You're nervous and scared right now. You're a little on edge about what's going to happen. Just sit in that. Sit in that. And just sit in it. Sit in it. And just let your body go through it. You get your panic attacks and all that comes into you. You sit in it. Sit in it. The worst thing that's going to happen, so this is what I'll say, sit in that one for sure if you're having a panic attack. But the worst thing that can happen is you pass out. You're going to pass out and you're going to wake up and realize, like, what I was panicking about that happened to me 20 years ago didn't happen. I'm here. I'm fine. That person that did that to me 15 years ago, I'm in my living room by myself. And you got your 18 locks and your security system and you got your gun right next to you. And you pass out from that panic attack. Instead of like trying to do something, I got to go take I'm no medical professional, but I go take the pills and go do this and go do that, as opposed to just hanging out. Just stop, sit down and just deal with it, sit in it. Don't try to do anything with that feeling. And you're going to realize that feeling first time, it might take you an hour, it might take you 4 or 5, it might take you a day of absolute, I don't like using this word, but it's the best word to use. It might take you a day of absolute hell. You're struggling, you're pacing, you're sweating, you're hurting. But I'm going to tell you this, the next day, it's not going to be a fraction of that. It's going to be a couple hours. Then the next day, another couple hours. And then the next day, a couple minutes. Then the next day, a couple of seconds. And then you're going to realize that when that sensation comes over, it's like a little blimp. It's just like, oh, okay. All right, good, done. And then if you do get into that, oh my goodness, you'll be so quick. A couple of minutes, and you're just like, oh, I'm past that now. But if you never allow yourself to just sit in it, you're never going to know how to actually like get through that. The word I want to use here is the best word to use, is cure it. Cure the issues that are going on with you. You're overexcited over things. You're not going to learn how to be able to cure yourself from that if you don't know how to just be able to recognize and sit in it and see it and do nothing with it. You have to just sit in it and stop thinking that I got to do something, but literally just do nothing at all. Especially, I mean, with anything, because some folks is just hooked on your social media stuff. If you get that urge where it's like, I need to get on it now, just sit for a second. Stop for a second. Stop for a moment and just sit there in the dead of the silence for 2 seconds even, and then go ahead and get into it. And then you'll learn each time, you'll be able to have more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Some things, it'll be instant. You figure it out, okay, we're good. But other things, it's going to take a while. I'll just make it easy to say. It may take a lifetime, because it's taking you a lifetime to do what it is that you're doing. So maybe it might take a lifetime, but I doubt that. I doubt that. You're going to see that things are going to start to just get easier and easier and easier for you through going through all the same stuff. Something as simple as public speaking. You're going to stand up there and you might faint. You might have someone on standby in the back and say, hey, buddy, catch me if I fall. You might faint. But the next time you stand up there, you're going to have more time. You're going to have like 20, 30 seconds. You may not even say anything, but you'll stand there. But the next time, you might be 20, 30 seconds of saying your name. This is who I am. This is where I grew up. And y'all have a great night. Then the next day, it'll just keep going and going and going and going and going to the point that you just stand on a stage with 5,000 people around and you just start to speak. You just get to talking. It's like, hey, hi. And it's just calm and comfortable and relaxed and just chill and just flows. It flows because you're able to work your way through that curing the I'm scared to now it's just, actually, you get so good that now you make a profession out of it. Something that you were terrified. This is one thing that I will say that I've realized about these lands. Some things that we're so scared of, we need to overcome. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. And we're not doing it because we're running away. You're running away from even something as simple as anyone that's like, I don't want to make a YouTube video because of what someone's going to say. And you're so scared and you're so nervous and you're so worried. And that may be the thing that you need to do. So you run away and you escape it by, I'm going to go work and go do that instead. I'm going to go do this instead. And you keep running away from what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And you're just getting flooded with this, like, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're this. You're just getting flooded with all that. So you don't do what you're supposed to be doing. But as soon as you just sit in that thought of someone says something to you and you just look at it like, okay, well, maybe I am not as good as you think I am, or you think I am, or you think I am. But what do you think you are? Who do you think that you are? What are you capable of being able to do? I don't know why, but everyone around just seems like they're smarter, better, faster, more efficient. They're just the best of the best, and you're nothing. You're nobody. But yet, how does that person get into their mindset to be able to do such a thing? By pushing past it and doing it. Failing and doing it, seeing their mistakes and just saying, oh yeah, I shouldn't have did it. And then pushing through and still saying, I'm going to do this. I failed so much out here doing what it is that I'm doing. I mean, it's just so amazing in the last, I'm about to be 7 years here in a couple of months, of how calm everything is out here, because now I know and I have everything figured out on how to be able to have that and maintain that. Because even when because I only got the 3 cows now, but when I had the 8, things are challenging because they bust through fences, man. They bust through stuff. They jumping on stuff. They're breaking stuff. They're just everywhere. It was just absolute chaos, absolute chaos. And then I finally just like started to get the skills. This is what I'm doing. I don't know why. I just have this in me that I should be working animals, working raising food, working getting people together to learn how to grow more fruits and vegetables. And that's just what I feel like is in me that I need to do. Working how to make some soaps and some butters and some clothes and some shoes and some everything. I don't know why I'm like trying to be that central thing to be able to branch out to what I don't know how, and to get everybody together that we can start up a whole store and be able to sell some stuff so we good to go. And we got the real prices, not those prices. We got the real prices to be able to make sure that we doing good. Not some like, no, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it was just failure after failure. Coming home to worst thing ever is working on a fence, because it's work. That's hard labor work. You're sitting there digging all the holes, pouring all the concrete, stretching the wire out, putting it up, putting all the clips on, spending like 3 straight days working on this thing from sun up to sundown, to go home, leave, and then you're like, first time you leave the house feeling, I'm good. Those cows are good. They're in there now. To come in home and see them in your neighbor's field, it's the most aggravating thing. It's like, just makes you just say, I'm just going to quit. Straight up. My neighbor quit. His cows was breaking out. And I said, I keep them. He just quit. He said, nope, I can't do it. I've been doing that year after year after year after year, to the point of now I finally realized and figured out, like, this is what I'm doing. And this is what I need to make happen. Scared every day. Where my cow's going to be? Where they going to be? Where the goat's going to be? Where's everything going to be? Where my dog's at? Scared every day. Nervous every day. On edge every day, all the time. Now I just go to sleep and I wake up and everything's fine. I know where they are. They back there. They back there. They where they need to be. And they where they need to be because I haven't given up. And all these cows specific, no, I don't give up on you. And the same with the dog. I didn't give up on you. I'm still going to keep working. I'm still going to keep pushing. I'm still going to make it happen. And I'm going to make it happen in the sense of doing nothing when I get that feeling of I want to quit. No, we're not going to quit. I'm not going to allow that to consume me. Doing nothing when, oh yeah, it's looking really good. I got it all good. No, it doesn't look all good. It's not really all that great. It's just normal. It's just basic, which in normal and basic is boring as all can be. Because my property here now, seeing all my animals, it is boring as can be. The way that, in my opinion, a well-functioning farm should look. Boring. Nothing exciting going on. You'll watch the farming videos where they're showing, oh, this is going on, oh, this is going on. That is not a functioning place. They got all this chaos going on all the time, trying to show it like it's like a fun thing or something. That's not fun. It's aggravating. It's stressful. And you're pushing further into it because you don't know how to just deal with those emotions that are going on inside. You're going further and further into it. The one thing that I would just say is just that the idea of doing absolutely nothing, especially stop trying to fix everything around you and allow it to fix itself. Stop trying to control everything and allow it to be able to control itself. And you're going to really see something absolutely magical. Thank you. You're probably going to see my cows throughout this video. It's my last 3 I got. They so gentle at this moment. I've been getting them a little extra food, but this here is my little young baby girl. She's getting fat. It's just impressive to see how fast that they grow. It's almost kind of creepy in reality to see how fast they grow. And then that's the one mama. She's definitely pregnant right now. She's got a big old wide body on her right this moment. She's hopefully is. No, I'm pretty sure she is, because I can always tell because the belly on the boys are usually big. But now the belly on that red girl, her belly's starting to supersede his belly. So she's got a little baby in there, probably come out in, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months. And this is my young baby bull that I'm keeping here for, I'm not sure how long. She's gonna drop a baby, and then I want him to get her pregnant, and then I want him to get her pregnant, and then he's probably gonna go, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. My plan today is just watch and hang out with them, give them some food, just chill with them. The more I try to come up with, this is what I'm gonna do, this is how it's gonna be, just don't ever work out that way. But everything I've been doing this year with these animals, just going off of making a decision, sticking with it and stay with it, man, it's been an absolute blessing. Things been going on that I needed. I needed the help. And stuff happened and stuff worked out, and it just that's all I can say is it happened and it worked out. Really impressive. Especially these animals are just, they're easy when you see someone that's got a nice working with them. When they look good and they're just hanging out like this and they're not all rowdy and crazy, it's like, yeah, I want to get into that. But it doesn't start that way. It starts with a lot of learning, and it can be very aggravating. But you don't get in your emotions, you don't get in your feelings, you don't get in your nothing. You just do. You just do. Don't think, oh, this isn't going anywhere, because it's not. Everything is going to get messed up. It's cool when she's getting older. She's actually getting because that's her baby, the red one. That she's getting this little red hue. What's up, girl? You're looking at me all crazy right now. I don't have no food. Will you come up? Come for a sniff? I know the baby bull will. He always does. He's like, we might have a snack, so I'll come. You're so big. You eating ready size already yourself, buddy. Because I want to process this one next year for another one. And then get me another young baby boy. Raise him out. Hey, girl. You gonna come say hi too? Come on. I got you. I know this fence used to be hot, so you don't want to come over here right now. I turned all my electric fencing off. I don't even use it at all because they don't even try to mess with it, attempt to just destroy nothing anymore. They just chill and hanging out. Yeah, girl, come on. You good? Come on. I'm trying to get her to be cool with me. You the youngest. This red one here, she's probably like 4 or 5 years old. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this girl for a long time. She's got like 5, 6 more years with me. Come on. You good? So I want her to be real cool with me. She's definitely a little suspicious, but yesterday she came up and sniffed me. So I was like, cool. But she doesn't even understand the hot wire, so she's like, what are you doing? Come here, girl. It's okay. I'll get you a snack. I used to just be so irritated with these animals, with what they would do. Then I finally let that go, realizing it's not me. She gonna come. I'll stand here long enough. Just give me a sniff. I just want you to sniff. Just give me a sniff. You got it. Don't touch that. It's not hot though. You're so cute. Just like all these animals, they start off scared of us, but we show them, hey, I'm not here to hurt you. You're gonna have a bad day in your life, or these ones will never go to the food. They'll end up just getting buried. You always keep the girls for as long as possible. But they realize like, oh, because she sniffed me yesterday, and then she sniffed me today, and then soon enough, I'll be able to go over there and just give her a hug at some point in the next year. They start off scared, then when I do nothing with that scaredness, we just hang out. We hang out. This concept works with all animals, and I'm going to guarantee this same with people as well. When I do nothing with them, you're scared, that's your problem. I'm just gonna be here and hang out with you. I'm gonna put it on you to figure out what you wanna do next. And then they start to just like, oh, he's not doing anything. He's just there. And then they start to investigate. Then they start to just get more and more calm, more and more relaxed. So when they see me, they're not like, oh, that guy's out here. We got to run away and go do whatever. They're just like, hey, oh, how's it going? This works with all of these animals. And it's the coolest when you see it happen, when that shift happens with the dog. When they go from being scared or nervous or overexcited to just being like content and just happy. Because these cows are just content. They're just chill. They're just hanging out. They're not stressed about nothing. They're not worried. They're not nervous. They're not anxious. They're not nothing. They're just chill. And it's us as humans that are destroying these animals by putting all of our emotions on them, putting our stuff on them. And that's where I see the dogs are getting absolutely destroyed. You're anxious, so you want your dog to also be anxious. You're getting big fast. I had to look it up. I think she was born, I don't even know how old you are. This thing's like 5 months old, 4 months old. I think I had him in January. Or 6 months now. She's like 5, 6 months old. This thing is huge. And it's nice to see that Mama's not overprotective of her anymore. She's ready to like getting her to stop drinking off of her. But you see how big that belly is? She's definitely pregnant.